Hello there guys, Elite Legionarii here, and today I am going to be bringing you a tutorial type video here. You may have noticed relatively recently, probably within the last 2 weeks, I have started making these video thumbnails for my vids. And they've been pretty popular, I think, so far. I rather like them, I rather enjoy them. I think they look really nice, and they're a great way just to help improve the sort of professional level of my channel. But there are other people out there who are not aware of this, and I've had a few requests on how I make these and what programs I use and so on and so forth. And basically the whole point of this video is to show you how I do so, because guys, it really isn't all that difficult. In fact, it's extremely easy. If I'm able to do this, then you guys can too, because I'm not a particularly technically skilled kind of guy. I'm capable, but I'm not brilliant or anything like that. So if I can do it, then there's no reason why you guys can't either. And I mean, if you look at them, I've got several of them here as well. They really are quite snazzy. I think they make your videos just a little bit more kind of appealing and interesting for people to click on, and therefore improve your channel's growth and views, which is the whole point of video thumbnails. And this obviously applies to other YouTubers, but again, this is a cool little program to muck around with and stuff, and all the things you can do with the program I'm going to show you. So it's no reason why anyone else who doesn't have a YouTube channel but perhaps does something else couldn't learn some things from this particular tutorial anyway. But suffice to say, the whole point of thumbnails is just to help someone's channel grow. And I mean, if you know yourself, guys, if you type in something you're looking for on YouTube, you usually click on the one that has the coolest looking image or the most interesting looking image, rather than sifting through and finding the one that's got the best commentary. It is quite common for people to do that. So if you have a nice thumbnail, it really helps your channel kind of just grow there. So anyway, in order to do this, you need 2 programs. The first and the main program is this program here, GIMP 2.8. This is the page where you download it from, and just to give you an idea of how popular it is, there are over 300,000 downloads, 337,456 downloads. It is an extremely good program to use, and it's very simple for the most part. And even if you don't know what you're doing on this program, in which case I didn't when I first downloaded, there are loads and loads of tutorials on YouTube on how to do very specific things using GIMP 2.8. So it's very easy to just go on YouTube and type in what you're after. So it's a great program to have. So all you want to do is you just want to come here and you just want to hit this download button. It's going to ask you where you want to save it to, so you'll just save it to wherever you have it. And it's a perfectly safe program, guys, don't worry about that, it's very secure. Just hit that big download button, find a folder where you click the save as option and save it where you want to save it. And that's really all you need to do there, just download this program. And the other one you might want to get, you don't necessarily have to have this one, but I use it for, it's helpful for resizing pictures to get them into the right size for YouTube, and I find it very good for that. And it's paint.net. It's again, it's the same kind of download system as the GIMP one. Just hit the download, save it where you want to save it. Both of them are just installation, so you just, once you've got the download, just click on them and run through the installations. Very straightforward, very easy. So once you've got those 2 programs, you're pretty much just set to go. That's all you need for programs. Now what you want to do, I'll show you what it looks like. This is GIMP 2.8 here. This is what it looks like once you get into it. This is it here. So I will show you how it works in a moment. Now I'm going to actually make a thumbnail for you guys, like how I would do it, just to show you how it works. So what you want to do is you want to come back to the internet, and for me, I obviously I make Total War videos. So let's just assume I'm going to upload a game for Rome Total War. It's a 31k rules game, and let's just say I was playing as Romans or something. I might just go onto images here, find myself, and I might put in, let's say, Roman army, like that. It's pretty broad, I know, but you just go look for a nice picture, something you think will look cool in the thumbnail. So let's just hunt around and see if there's something that looks really cool here, something that'll make a nice thumbnail. Let's see. Again, this is just a matter of personal preference. What I like is probably not what you like. And let's take a look at this, for instance. It looks pretty interesting. Wait until it just gets higher quality here. It's kind of a interesting pic, but I'll get it. It looks like an interesting pic. So just right click on it and put it into a place you want to put it. This is where I put my pictures. It's my picture folder, and just right copy it and paste, and just make sure it's in here. Let's see, there it is there. Nice. So that's something like that. I mean, you just hunt for something down. Just say, for instance, I was playing Rome Total War, and I might go, say, I was playing as Macedon, so I might put in Macedonian phalanx or something, and I put it in, type it in like so. I do apologise, my computer's slow. It's running some stuff in the background, which is probably slowing it down a little bit, running some updates. But yeah, I might like this picture here, for instance. I might, you just hunt around for something you like the look of. For me, I like to get something that relates. Actually, in fact, I like that picture. I'm going to use that for a future Macedonian video. I'm sure I'll end up playing. I actually do have some battles where I use Macedon, so I'm sure I will actually end up using that one day, 'cause that's a cool picture. So when you do this, it'll tell you the size, usually in most cases, of the particular picture. In this case, it's 800 by 460. Now, the ideal size you want to have it shaped to, and this is what Paint.net is good at doing, this program here, that's one I told you to get, is it's good for resizing the picture to match the best size for YouTube, which is 1280 times 720p. Now, that obviously causes them to be stretched a little bit, but don't worry, the other programs I'm going to show you to use will make sure you don't lose any quality in that. So my advice is anything that's smaller than 500 times, say, 400, don't go anything smaller than that, because it probably will make the picture look a little bit stretched, or you'll lose some quality with it. So anything that's sort of smaller than 500, but anything that's bigger is fine. It's perfectly fine. So once you've done that, that's pretty much all you need for that. So you can just go back to Google now. Now, what you want to do is, I'll go back in here and let's just have a look at the picture I got. We'll get that first one that appeared to be those sort of Roman style soldiers. Let's just click on it and let's just give ourselves a nice little look-see at it. Let's see, that's pretty cool. I think they look that's a pretty cool looking picture, isn't it? It's not completely accurately Roman. In fact, actually, it doesn't really look Roman at all. It looks more Greek. But whatever, it's still a cool picture. There's a Roman eagle in the background there, and they're fighting in the forest. I do think that's a cool looking picture. Let's have a look. What size was that? So just right click on it and click Properties. And let's have a look at the size. Click on Details, and it's more than the size we need. It's in fact bigger than we need, so we can reshape it here. So we won't lose any quality doing this, because we're only going to go smaller. So what you want to do is, first thing you want to do, you need to of course install GIMP and Paint.net. So once you've done that, what you want to do is, once you find the picture you want to use, you will right click on it, and you'll see Open With here, and you'll see Paint.net is available. So you don't have to have Paint.net for this, because this is for resizing. You can use other programs for resizing, but I like Paint.net. It does a nice job, and there is other features you can use in Paint.net. So you want to open it, right click on it, go to Open With Paint.net. It usually takes Paint.net a few seconds before it actually arrives, but suffice to say, it will arrive. And again, my computer's probably running a little slow because it's doing some updates in the background. So, but once you have Paint.net, this is what Paint.net looks like, and there's lots of stuff you can do in Paint.net, but I don't really use it that much. I only use it for resizing my pictures and increasing the quality slightly. So you click up here on Image. Along here you got File, Edit, View, Image. You go up here and you click on Resize. So what we got, 1920 by 1080, so 1080, so it's a bigger picture with still high quality, so we're not going to lose any quality in this. So 1280, like that, change the width to the 1280 and change the height to 720. And this one here is usually best if it's set to 96.00, I find, if it's related to Total War. So you do that and you reshape the image like so. I think it should change? Okay, it did change. Normally it sort of like makes a sort of screen blinks and then it changes, but it already did that. So that's fine once it's changed. Then you want to go over here to Effects and come down to Photo, and we go over here to Sharpen. Now there's a little bar here that starts at number 2 and it goes all the way up to 20. Now watch as I move this bar. Watch the picture in the background. See that? Look at the light on his helmet. Look at that. See how you just gives it a little bit crisper. You got a little bit more detail there. So you just want to crank that up to 20. Give you a little bit more quality. And that's all that's all I do. You can muck around with other stuff. There's all sorts of effects in here, blurring and distorting and all sorts of, sort of adding all sorts of different things. You can muck around the edges and all sorts of fancy stuff. There's lots of stuff you can do. Curves, hues, lots and tons of stuff. You can muck around in here and you can do lots of cool things. So if you want to, I prefer to use GIMP myself. I just got familiar with GIMP, that's all. So once you've done that, just come here to Save As, and we'll just call this army Rome Army, this particular one. Keeping in mind I still have the base picture if I wanted to use it again for something else. So once you've done that, you can close this with paint.net, and you want to come back to Google. And the next program is an online program. It's completely free and it's absolutely fantastic. You just want to type in PicMonkey. I've already put it in here. You just type in PicMonkey, and it's completely free editing software online. It's a really good program too. It's absolutely fantastic. You want to come on here and just want to hit this button here called Edit. Once you hit it, like so, it's going to ask you this, and you just want to find where you've got your picture folder or wherever you're putting your pictures, and so I put it in here, and we find that particular picture, the one I re-edited using paint.net, not the base one I originally got. It should be called Roman Army, which here it is here. This is the one after I resized it on paint.net, and you come to this page here, and if we look at this one here, we click on this one here, exposure. This is the one you want to do. This allows you to kind of add brightness. As you can see, look at that, I can make it go really bright. What I prefer to do though is reduce the brightness usually on the picture, and it makes the picture look a little bit more gritty, and it kind of shades out the corners a little bit, but it draws detail into the middle images. So that's what I like to do there. And you can also add shadows, which does make it a wee bit darker. Again, that kind of makes it a wee bit more gritty. As you can see, these guys look even more kind of defined because the background's a little bit sort of down here, it's a wee bit duller. And then you can contrast, and that will sort of, as you can see, it sort of changes the background a bit. But in this case, I'm not going to change the contrast. I'm quite happy with just moving the brightness and the shadows by about 10%, a tiny little bit. Once I've done that, I just hit apply. And now you want to come down to here called Sharpen. We're going to further improve the quality of the image. So we come down here and we click on Sharpness, and again, watch the picture guys as I move this slider. Look at that, you can see like, especially you can notice it around the trees there above their heads. Look at that, you just get a nice little bit of detail going on. So you just crank that up all the way, and it just, see that, it makes that picture look more real, it's more clean, it's crisper, it's just grittier, it just looks more like a tidier picture. You can also come down here for this one called Clarity, and you might notice that it sort of kind of, in this case, amplifies the background quite a bit, adds a bit more light. Some pictures with Clarity it adds too much light, and it kind of messes with the background, but this picture it actually is quite good. So I'm going to take it to about 7, let's just take it to 60%. I think that's quite good. 60%. So what we've done so far in this picture is we've put a bit of shadow effect, some contrasting effect. We've improved the quality, and we've put a little bit of clarity into the background. So the picture looks sharper, it looks crisper, it just looks higher quality than what we got originally off Google. Now if you want, you can do lots of little things. You can add sorts of effects and textures and all sorts of things on paint.net. There is absolutely loads of options here. You can do so many cool things. You just explore with this, guys. You can add text here if you want. I don't use the text section here though. I prefer, because you can get better text options if you go to GIMP. Let's just take a look here. We'll go to this texture one. You can do some interesting things here. For instance, I can make it look like they were standing in the background of space. If you look, where is it? It's not showing it for some reason. Maybe it's just the type of picture. There we go, there it is. See, that makes it look like they're in sort of space there, although that makes it almost look like they're at night. And again, you can just do these little cool effects, changing the background there like that, or let's say, for instance, you wanted to do something like this. For instance, let's see. It seems a wee bit slow on the load up there, but you get my point. See that? You get kind of light effects. It's just you do lots of cool things. It looks really good. And there's tons and tons of them. For instance, water here, I can make it look like it was raining. Hold on. It just loads it up. There you go. It makes it look like it's raining, although that obscures the soul just a little bit, so I wouldn't do it with that picture. But again, certain pictures work with different effects and stuff. One of my favourites is, where is it? I've got to try and find it now. I think it's in this one actually. I think it's an effect. One of the ones I like is radiance. I used this one in one of my thumbnails not that long ago. Like kind of look, you can put like a bright light, and you can increase and decrease. It's kind of like sun streaks coming in. It's good on a map if there's a sun in the background or something like that, and you can bring streaks in on the map. And I mean, if you wanted to, you could change its color and look at that, like purple sun or something like that, you know. Lots of cool things, and just explore, guys. Muck around with it, find stuff you like the look of, and just explore it. I did. It's really fun. Great program. PicMonkey is awesome. But in this case, I don't want to do any effects. I just wanted the picture to have higher quality, to be more crisp, to be more precise, more neat, and just kind of more stand out. And once I've done that, let's just say save it, and I'll just override the one I brought in before this. Whoops, it's not the right folder, my bad. Come here and save, and yep, override it, and PicMonkey will just come up with a little picture of a monkey like this, and that is all you need PicMonkey for. Great program, fantastic. And that is essentially our picture background completed thus far. What you want to do now is come to GIMP, and in GIMP we go to, let's say we open up and we find our picture, or so we go to the folder where we've got it stored and we go looking for it in here, and I believe it is this one. And here it is here. That's a cool picture. That is looking really cool. I'm liking that. Now what you want to do here is you just want to come over to the text, and this is where you type in what you want. So let's say let's just assume I did a 4v4 on Rome Total War, and I was playing as the Senate. Let's say I was playing as the SPQR. You find a text you like. I personally quite like this one, the Berlin Bold for Rome Total War, and I type in my text. So let's just say this is my 271st battle, so I go Rome Total War. I do this in cap locks, by the way. Total War 271. You can't see it because it's tiny and it's in black, but I'll just increase the size of it here, as you can see. Hold on, we don't want it. We will want it on one line, like so. And then we'll just go down. Don't worry, I'll change the color of that, guys, because black's not a good color for this picture. And we'll just say I would ordinarily put something like 31K rules, like that, although I might just make that a little bit smaller because I don't want to obstruct the picture too much. And I can put, if I do that, I can put it to the side like that and not sort of cover this guy's head too much if I can avoid it. You want to try and avoid sort of blocking out too much of the picture if possible. Not always possible. Sometimes you've got to muck around with it. Again, that's entirely up to you though, guys, how you want to proceed with that sort of thing. And then we'll just come out here to about where his arm is, which is about the middle, and we'll just put the words VS for verse, and we'll give it a name. We'll just say, we'll just assume this battle was like, let's say Glorious Cab Charge. I don't know, I'm just making this stuff up. Okay, I just like to give my vids a fancy name. I'm just making this up, guys. I don't actually have a video for this. Once I've done that, what I like to do is I like to recolor it according to the faction I use. So, assuming with this video I used the SPQR, the Roman Senate faction, their colors is purple. So I recolor the picture, the words purple, like so, as you can see. And then what I do is I put a border around the words to make them stand out better, and because I used the SBQR, the secondary colour on the SBQR is white, so let us make a white border around our words. So to do that, I come up here to image, like so, and what I do is, sorry, not image, layer, I come over to layer here, and I go down to this one here, transparency. I go alpha down to this one, alpha to selection, okay? And you're going to notice this is going to kind of highlight my words, and then I want to come back to layer again, and I want to go new layer and keep it the same size, same transparency, just keep that all the same, like so. And then I click on this middle one here with the words Rome Total War. This is my title. I click on this like so. Then I come over to this one here, select, which is the third in from the top, and I go down to this one here, grow, and this is going to decide how thick your border is going to be. I generally like to put it at 4 or 5. In this case I'll put it at 4. As you can see that, put like a bit of a stretch the things around the words, and then I want to come to the bucket tool here, and I want to come down to this color, and I want to make my color white. So I find white, which is perfectly easy to find in the corner, and I click OK. Then I hit just inside these little glowing borders here, and bang, as you can see it's put colors around my purple there. Whoops, you just want to click the inside there of each words and get the little bits that are missed inside the R's and the O's and the A's and things like that. Yeah. And just hit those, and you get as many of them as you can, and just be careful you don't hit the main part. And if you do make a mistake, just hit Control Z. So if I hit that part there and I accidentally make the whole word white, I just hit Control Z and it goes back. That's how you reverse your effects there, guys. And I just go like that. And just to give myself, oh, I forgot the R. What you do here is, just to see that what it looks like without those lines in the background, just come here to go select and hit none. And thus far, that is what it's looking like thus far, and I think that's pretty neat. Now all I need to do now is add the faction symbols. So in order to get the faction symbols, you'd want to come back to images, and you just type in Rome Total War. I've already got them, I'm just showing you Total War faction symbols. Again, I mean, I'm just using Rome Total War as an example. You might use it for something completely different. And there you go, Rome Total War faction symbols. And you can hunt around, and there you go, here they are here, some of them here, and you just click on them and download them somewhere and put them in a nice little folder, which is essentially what I did. You can just get the symbols you want. You can do it, you can look specifically for whatever faction or Total War game you want to do it with. That's fine and dandy. So once you've done that, you come back here, and I'll show you how to add the faction symbol. So what you want to do is you go to File, and you want to go to this one here, Open as Layers. Okay, Open as Layers. So click on that, Open as Layers, and this is where you can add another picture on top of your current existing picture. So in this case I want to add the faction symbols. So if we look here, I've got a little folder called Rome Total War faction symbols, so that's what I'm going to do. And let's see, I'm pretending I played as the Senate in this battle, so there you go, I'll add the Senate there, and I'll drag it over and I'll put it somewhere nice. I think it's pretty good there. And let's just make some stuff up. Let's just say I played with Brutii ally, and I'll put that one over here, and I'll link it up and try and get it nice and straight and even. And open as layers again, and let's just say I played with the Greeks as an ally, and I brought that over here like so. There we go. And then I go and say open as layers again, and I played with the Seleucid ally, and I'll bring him over here like so. And then the enemy team, open as layers, and let's just say I fought against the Julii, and bring these guys over here like so. then we'll open up another one, open as layers, and we played against Carthage, and we'll bring you over here like so, and open as layers, and we played against the Scipii Romans, bring that over there like so. And then we also played against, let's say, open as layers, we'll say Macedon. Get a bit of variation going here, why not? And voila! There you go. You might just want to try and get some of them straighter if they feel like they're a little bit out of proportion or anything like that. It's up to you. And then what you want to do is you want to just go File, hit Export As, and we'll just call it Rome 271. Export. And export it, just like that. And that's all you need to do. And we'll just exit GIMP. We do not need it anymore. We'll go to our pictures and double click, view, and voila, thumbnail. Just like that, guys.